at the start of the year, the big problem was 85 ball handle to get pro dribble moves. So they put it down to 80, and I guess, you know, it's a bit late for some people who already started their builds and put money into their builds, but this isn't all going to matter anyway. But what I thought I'd do is, assuming I know the next gen console game is going to be a whole new, from the ground up game, apparently, you know, don't trust all you hear, but yeah, so if at least the stat layout is the same, and what I mean is, you only need an 80 ball handle, you need around a 70, 83 ball to be able to shoot, and 85 driving dunk to get contact dunks. This should be the build you grind out. So you want the pie chart that has a bit more blue. After playing with this build in the test mode, you have to use the speed and excel, because it starts in the high 70s, which, you know, it's just not high enough. But this is the best thing you can do. Just trying to remember the... Oh. Okay, so for shooting, let's give it a good post fade, huh? Okay, that's the layout we're going with. I'm gonna leave it there for a sec, just so, I mean, you can just pause it and use these stats. I'm pretty sure this is the best possible badge layout for the build. So 17 finishing, 14 shooting, 10 playmaking, 7 defensive. So you do get a bit of everything, and I'll even show you where I would put all the badges. Next, I mean, body shape doesn't really matter, but let's just go defined. You want to go 6'5", so you're a small forward, but essentially you're about as tall as a taller guard, let's say. And then you want to go pretty much the minimum weight possible. Go 178. And then you want to go max wingspan. And it's like, oh, yeah, no, why would you do that? Because you lose ball handle off the rip. This build is going to be a pain in the ass to grind. You won't have pro dribble moves, you won't have contact dunks, but it's one of the few builds where you do not have to get to 99 for both. You only have to get to 96. So, in the meantime, you will have pretty decent ball handling, you will have pretty decent dunking, and you will have pretty decent shooting. But once you get to 96, you will get 80 ball handle and 85 driving dunk. Which means once you do hit that 99 overall, you have just a smidge under 80 shooting. That's from mid-range and 3, so just a smidge under 80 3-point and an 80 mid-range. You'll also get the contact dunks and pro dribble moves, all at an 85. That is pretty good, and the badge layout is really good. Obviously the name Slasher, it's really simple and boring, but it's deceiving, like I said. I mean, you see a 96 Slasher come up, you're just going to be worried about the dunk. But we see here, at 99 overall, obviously, you know, you get the upgrade. So, it'll have an 85 driving dunk, it'll have an 80 ball handle, and the shooting, the mid-range will go over an 80. But the 3-point would fall just under an 80. And if you look at the badge layout, I mean, it's kind of perfect. So, personally, I would go with Fast Break Finisher Hall of Fame, Contact Finisher Hall of Fame, Pro Touch Hall of Fame. Let's go Fancy Footwork and Acrobat. And then for your shooting, you already know all the basic ones. Playmaking, where is it? Handful of days. Quick first step. So it leaves you with one. If you want to be safe, you can go bailout, but I'm gonna put needle threader on. And then defense, you can go a number of ways about this, but I would go these ones. I don't know. I just feel like clamps is obviously you need clamps. The chase down blocks, they're so fun. And there's probably plenty of other badges you could use instead of chase down. But if you look, you get a 55 block. Most guard builds don't get a 55 block. They get like a 20s or something like that. So I mean, with the 55 block at 6'5", with this sort of speed and acceleration and vert, with a gold chase down, you will be able to get a couple blocks. So yeah, that's what I recommend. I wonder if the new game will have the same requirements for dunks and shooting and pro dribble moves. But if they do, this is the build I know I'm going to be grinding. Just because, yeah, I just think this is the way you got to go. So I don't know. I'll just play a couple minutes. Okay. Just to show off the build a little bit, and obviously this is going to be without pro dribble moves or contact dunks just yet. But yeah, let's just see how we go. Oh yeah. Oh boy, we struggling. Alright, I think that's enough. But, yeah, we got off to a pretty sloppy start. But, that was my own fault. But you can say, you don't have a problem finishing. Rather quick out on the fast break. And if you put that fast break finisher badge on, yeah, the badge is on. You just see how quickly you get your takeover. I've been playing, what, 4 minutes and I have my takeover. And that's just from cherry picking points on the fast break. So this build, it does do it all. Yeah, you also saw I made a mid-range shot, made my free throws, grabbed the board, and yeah, so this build can really do it all. So I recommend, if everything stays the same going into the new game, using a build like this to grind up to 96. Get those pro dribble moves, the shooting, contact dunks. And yeah, you can't really ask much more. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later, and peace.